Hey, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be giving you my review on Sistas Season 3, Episode 18. Before we get into it, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on. You like this video. And let's go ahead and talk about this mess because I'm sick of them. I'm sick of the sisters. All right, y'all, I ain't going to be before you long because there's not a whole lot that I want to talk about in this episode. So let's start one sister at a time. Let's start with Karen. You know, Karen just got off of her meeting with Zach and she's still feeling very emotional. Now, she had committed to having dinner and drinks with Aaron at the bar. So she shows up there and she's just so hurt. And Aaron says, well, did you talk to Zach? And she says, yes, but I don't want to talk about it. He's like, well, don't you think I should know? She was like, do you have to know right now? He's like, okay, well, let's talk about something else. Let's do something else. And at this point, Aaron, I need you to look at the writing on the wall. This is not going to work. This woman came to y'all's little dinner date distraught over the next man. Get the clue and get gone. She's so distraught that she can't even stay and finish her drink. She leaves and runs home. So Aaron, like a dummy, follows behind her home. And she says that, you know, it's just really hard for her because Zach can't say what she needs him to say. She needs him to say that he doesn't love her and that he doesn't want to be with her. I mean, he said it, but like he didn't mean it. And Aaron goes, well, how do you know he didn't mean it? She's like, because I know him and I know he didn't mean it. Aaron was like, well, he's not going to say that. Of course, he's going to always love you. But this is just going to take time. I'm just confused as to how Karen is showing like so much emotion over this ending with Zach that has literally been ending since the end of season 1. And Aaron has showed no kind of emotion at all to his wife who committed suicide. I'm just saying, like, the emotions aren't equal. The emotions aren't making sense to me. And I'm sick of Karen. And Aaron, I don't even want to go in on him because what kind of puppy dog man sits up behind this woman who's crying over the next man? She's never going to be right for you, ever. This is never going to work. Can't we end it, please? Speaking of something that will never work, let's talk about Sabrina and Panty Man, a.k.a. Calvin. So, you know, he done told her all the things that Peggy likes to do to him, and he leaves. And she immediately calls Danny. Number 1, Sabrina, have you not learned? Stop telling your girlfriends everything about this man, especially if you gonna stay with this man, because there was to me nothing more embarrassing to when he walked up in your apartment and Danny is rattling back the things he liked to do in the bedroom to him. Honey, no. So of course she tells Danny everything, and Danny is just like, you know what, Sabrina, we're tired. Everyone is tired of you and Zach. I mean, not you and Zach, Lord, you and Calvin. Everyone is tired. I said, Danny, no truer words have been said. We are all exhausted with this back and forth. You just admitted on the phone to her that you like him, but every time he opens up more about what he likes, you become unattracted to him. So, in other words, boo love, it ain't gonna work. Let's just cut the ties. Move on. Okay, move on. Y'all are not compatible. It's okay. Calvin goes back to Maurice's apartment and tells Maurice that he was open with Sabrina, and Maurice is aghast, honey. Maurice is aghast. And Calvin's like, a lot of heterosexual men like it. Haven't you tried it before? Well, clearly Maurice has tried it. He's not a heterosexual man. Hello. That's why everybody's looking at you a little cuckoo, a little side-eyed. You doing the same thing Maurice is over here doing, essentially. No judgment. I'm just saying this is what the sisters are thinking, okay? And Maurice says you should have never said that to her. Because now she's going to want to live up to all of your sexual escapades that you've had with Peggy, and she's just not going to be comfortable doing it. And why is Calvin still wearing this god awful outfit? It has been like 5 days. It has really been like maybe 2 days in Tyler Perry world. But I'm sick of it. It's the tackiest thing I've ever seen. I don't want to see Calvin, this outfit. I don't want to hear about him and his pegging. Why are we trying to make this a thing? I'm over it. Okay? Over it. Then we have Danny, and she is at the rodeo, honey, having a good old time. Danny done bucked on the bull. And now it's time for Rodeo to go on home. You know, he's staying with his cousin and he doesn't want to encroach on Danny's space. You know, she says she wants space. He's trying to respect that. He says he's not going to be petty. He'll see her tomorrow. And as he's getting ready to leave, I guess a picture of his cousin falls out of his wallet. I'm sitting up here thinking, who has pictures in their wallet anymore? It's 2021. Who does that? So Danny's like, who is that? He's like, well, that's my cousin that I'm staying with. Well, I mean, she's not like blood cousin. Like, she is like my cousin's ex-wife, but she's really, really cool. And Danny goes, oh, she's pretty. He's like, yeah, she's cool. Okay. So Danny's like, so are y'all like, what's up with that? Because I know where you come from. It don't matter if she was a cousin. Y'all could be kissing cousins. Preston says there's nothing going on. She's like family. And she's just helping him out during a hard time. So Danny says, okay, she's going to end up social media stalking her later and finding out everything she needs to know about her. Danny, red flags are flying all over the screen. Number one, why you got a picture of her in your wallet? Number two, that ain't really your kin. Y'all ain't blood. Okay? The last thing I would want my man to be doing is staying at some nice looking woman's house. I don't care. Say what you want. Say what you want. Red flags, Danny. Red flags. Why, Tyler, why you gotta mess up Danny and Rodeo? I actually like them. Don't mess them up. All right, so then let's go ahead and talk about Fatima and Zach. So, you know, we ended the episode last week with Zach getting the message from Fatima talking junk about him or whatever, right? And so he walks into the room and he lies to Fatima because she's like, you know, she done cooked. She's in a good mood. Oh, that didn't take you long. Okay. And he says, well, you know, when I saw Karen, you know, I told her I loved her. I wanted to be with her. We ended up having sex. So, yeah, that's what that is. So Fatima is instantly guarded and hurt, and she's just like, well, you know what, I already packed your stuff because I ain't really trust you like that. No way, you can get on up out of here. And they have a little exchange. So my first question was, Zach, why did you lie? I don't understand the point of the lie at all. Like, it doesn't, it was weird to me. Like, nothing about it made sense. You could say that you talked to Karen, but you know, you want to spend some time on your own. Or why not talk to Fatima about this mysterious recording? Like, how about we talk like adults? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so weird to me. Like, that was just the weirdest thing ever, to come in there and lie about getting back with Karen. So he leaves and goes to the hotel. Before he gets into his hotel room, he sees Andy. We'll talk about that in a minute. And he goes in and gets into the hotel room, and he's upset and frustrated because of the fight that him and Fatima had. But he doesn't stay down for long because he gets a call from the lady at the bank who lets him know that his investment has hit almost $2 million. Almost $2 million. In total, already, he has made $2 million. Zach, but I think they said at the close of the day, he was at like 1.7 million. Zach is out here a certified millionaire. So he decides to take $1 million out and keep the other 700,000 in to reinvest. I'm like, get it, Zach. Zach is hype. I'm hyped for Zach. I'm happy that the stock markets are working for him. Lord, just let a stock tip fall in my lap, okay? Okay? Y'all wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. So later on, let's go ahead and talk about Karen, because all of that kind of goes, I mean, not Karen, but Andy, because all that goes together. So Andy was at the hotel with Robin, y'all remember, and she's in the bed with him, shirt off, boobies out. And she's getting hot and heavy with Robin, but she stops herself because she's like, she won't be able to look at herself. She'll feel like crap, and he's like, what, I understand. I haven't been rejected since I was 16, but this is okay. I'm like, first of all, that's a red flag to me. Who says that? Who says I haven't been rejected since I was 16? Okay. And Robin, your point? Ew. Anyway, so Andy ends up getting dressed and she leaves. That's when she runs into Zach and she goes down to the bar. She calls Fatima over to the bar. Side note, real quick, before I forget, Andy still had on her clothes. Like, she didn't have on her little camisole and her blazer, but she still had on all the rest of her clothes while she was in there with Robin, okay? So, note that. So, anyway, she calls Fatima over there and to have a drink and to have some girl talk. So, Fatima comes on down. They have a little bit of girl talk. Andy confesses that she was about to sleep with Robin. And she had asked him before she left, am I going to see you again? I'm like, hell, for y'all work together. Of course you're going to see him again. But, he's going to go to London for a little while. Then he'll be back. So she's all riding on her high like, I did that or whatever. So that's when she called Fatima. And they get to talking about how Fatima's upset because of everything that happened with Zach. And Zach told her that him and Karen were getting back together. And Andy's like, I don't think that that's true. I mean, without saying too much, but last thing I heard, it wasn't going good. Maybe you should check your sources. Fatima's like, well, Zach is my source. And Andy's like, well, if he's talking back to Karen, what is he doing here? Fatima's like, he's here? She's like, yeah, he's staying right across from Robin. Like room 15, maybe 1529 or something. Fatima's like, okay, well, I'm finna go see what's up. She also lets Andy know about the whole thing with Hayden because at this point she is convinced that Hayden is a part of all this scheme. So Fatima, she leaves her stuff downstairs. She goes upstairs. She sees Zach and she basically tells him that Hayden has been spying on her. Zach at first does not believe it, but she calls her homegirl and it's like, got her on speakerphone. And it's like, oh, thank you for helping me earlier today. Do you think he believed what I said about Zach? And the girlfriend's like, yeah, but Hayden don't know that Zach is D'ing you down. And so basically the girlfriend corroborates the story. And now Fatima and Zach are back on the good page. Y'all could have been on the good page at the beginning of the episode had y'all just talked. Zachary. Be an adult, Zachary. What was the point of lying? Zachary. Okay, and one more thing. This is just me because I am a stickler for details. And I feel like Tyler just be loose with details. And he just be loose with details. He's in room 1529. But when Fatima knocked on the door, Zach was like, I got a girl in here. She jumped out the window. Fatima's like, you're on the 20th floor. I'm just saying. 1529, which means he would be on the 15th floor. Anyway, that's just me being a stickler for the details. Don't mind me. Speaking of stickler for the details, Andy leaves the Carlisle bar and goes home to Gary. And Gary professes his love to her and talks about how the therapist was crazy trying to suck him off and he turned her down. And now he just really wants to be with her and wants to make love with her. And she's trying to get out of it and go take a shower because, she got the scent of Robin all over her. And he goes to go down on her and he notices that her underwear is on backwards, which is, again, me paying attention to detail because when you was in the room with Robin, you still had on all your clothes. So how all of a sudden your underwear get on backwards? Because your underwear, as far as we know, y'all hadn't made it that far into the steps of things. Like, you still had your skirt on. So you're telling me that you took your underwear off and kept your skirt on and kept your bra on? That ain't those order of clothes removals. That ain't how it go. Tyler, I was gonna say you're getting lazy, but is it getting? Anyway, that's all that happened this week on Sistas. Y'all tell me y'all thought on this week's episode. Are you still here for Fatima and Zach? Zach, if you're gonna be playing these little childish games, I don't want to see it. What do you think about Karen and Aaron? Are they going to actually make it? I say Aaron run for the hills. I don't care nothing about Sabrina and Panty Man, so I'm not asking y'all about that. Do you love Danny and Rodeo together? Do you think Rodeo staying with his play cousin is a red flag? Y'all tell me all of your thoughts about this down below in the comment section, and I will see y'all for the next video, whenever that is. All right, peace.